Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's super exciting episode, Jake, what movie are we going to be discussing?
We are discussing 2024's Smile 2, directed by Parker Finn.
I am super excited to talk about this one. Any long-term fan of the podcast knows that there are numerous times in the podcast where we should have covered part twos and we didn't.
The time has come.
And we now get to talk about an active sequel that I feel like we both enjoyed significantly. And just talk about this movie in its entirety. But before we get into the episode, Jake, let everybody know where they can find us or how to listen to us, man.
As always, please start off by liking and subscribing on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
Also available on Spotify.
We are.
As well as Apple.
Yep.
And always on Instagram. J Squared Horror Podcast, link tree in the bio, new episodes every Thursday.
As many Thursdays as we can.
I like you.
Yeah, man. The last couple of weeks have been absolute insanity for us between work and families and travels and Thanksgiving. So we do apologize. We kind of just skipped over the top 10 of our scariest movies. It's still to come, but I kind of dropped the ball completely on that. I didn't even do one of the 10. I think Jake might have gotten about 5.
I was slaving away to get them done.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, we're the J Squared Horror Podcast. We're two guys that like to drink and talk about horror movies, but what we also like to do is include fans. So if there's any movie that you want us to cover, or if you've ever wanted to be on a podcast, please go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. There you can find easily clickable links that can get you in contact with us and either have you request an episode or actually have you on the episode live and in person. If you've watched our episodes, you've noticed that we've had people sitting right between us, or we can do it via the internet, StreamYard or anything like that. And also, if you want trivia at your place of business, we do horror trivia our own way. So if you want pricing and details on that, you can go to the website. Jake, how you been, man? We've been apart some since the last episode.
We have been.
Yeah.
I've been pretty good.
Good.
It's just working.
Yeah.
Again, slaving away. What about you?
Yeah, same, dude. Working, traveling, not doing my list. Watching everything but horror, it seems like. I'm hooked on like 2 different TV shows right now.
What shows?
Lioness and the new Landman with
Billy Bob?
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of that.
Yeah. Also just kind of like doom scrolling, if you will, just on different platforms, and obviously spending entirely too much money on golf shit and trying to convince people to buy me a lot of golf shit this time of year.
Golf is life.
Golf is life for me. Horror and golf are life for me right now, and unfortunately, horror seems to take a back seat every once in a while. Yeah, man. I'm good though. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, Smile 2. I saw it in theaters with my mom. You were working, and I had to cheat on you.
I remember when you first told me.
You were hurt.
And I thought, this son of a bitch.
If anything, blame us, because
Blame you and your mom?
No, blame me and you.
Oh, okay.
Because mom was thinking that she was coming to Heretic with us.
She missed out on a classic. So.
She missed out on, something that you loved. You kept one of the J Squared moms out of the loop there.
So I'll give you guys that.
Yeah. Then she hit me up and she's like, I really want to go see a movie. And I was like, yo, Smile 2 is still playing. I got to see it in theater. Sorry, Jake, you chose Heretic. But technically speaking, we both chose it in the moment at the bar. So
great movie.
Both of our faults. But I'm excited to get into Smile 2. So when I saw it, it was impossible for me to not ruin it for Jake. I danced around it pretty closely. This, in my opinion, I'm just going to go ahead and say it now, is the best movie of 2024. Even though it's a sequel, even though there are some forerunners, some top movies that I've seen this year, I give the nod to Smile 2.
Okay.
One of the main reasons is the beginning. It is rare. It is very rare. And if you know off the top of your head when I say this, please do chime in. I cannot think of a better transition between a part 1 and part 2, possibly ever, but definitely not in a long time.
Okay. From like picking up right after part 1.
Yeah.
I mean, Halloween, 2018 Halloween Kills.
I deleted those movies from my brain, so
Halloween,
I guess you're right.
Halloween Ends, I get, but Kills was good.
Kills was good. They're okay, yeah, that is,
that's the same night.
It is the same night. They're driving by, and they're like, don't go there. Yeah. It's just crazy to me to have movies end like that. And you knew the Halloween ones had sequels, so I guess maybe that's why it's not as high up on my list. After Smile, there was no confirmation on a Smile 2. Not that I remember hearing about.
I remember not wanting a Smile 2.
Yeah. How do you feel now that you got to experience Smile 2?
I'm glad they made a Smile 2. I love a good part 2. Everyone knows that. This is a good movie. And the first movie in a very, very long time where I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Absolutely.
But not in a way like I can't follow it.
Yeah, it's not confusing.
But it's like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this not real? What's happening?
So this movie's been out for a while, but J Squared Horror, we don't care about spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, guess what? It's now available on Paramount Plus. So fuck you, Paramount Plus. You were a day late. I spent $20 renting that last night.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's the only way we could have watched it.
And now it's on Paramount Plus
today. It literally, I started Lioness, the episode that I missed, and it was like, streaming now. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I spent $19.99 on this shit yesterday. I would have gladly watched it today before the episode. For free. Yeah. We've golfed before an episode now. That's the exact same amount of time, dude.
That is true, yeah.
So if you guys want to check it out, you don't have to rent it. You don't have to see it in theaters. You can watch it on Paramount Plus. I say pause us and go watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to get right into it. Like I said, I like the transition of Smile to Smile 2. How did you feel about the cops? Did you pick up on anything? Were you surprised, or he was one of our favorite characters. I think even when we talked, you can go back to our episode when we covered Smile. Pretty sure you can catch us on record saying that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
Loved it.
Okay.
One thing I didn't really get, I don't remember in the original Smile them mentioning that. Okay, so I thought in order to stop, I guess, the chain or whatever, you had to kill someone.
You have to kill yourself.
See, I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
I know. I remember when Rose went to go see the lawyer who was in prison, he said he killed someone to stop the chain. That's why he was still alive.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess in this one, I was thinking he made it seem like the guy had to watch him kill him.
Yeah.
And that kind of threw me off a little bit. Other than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was good. But then it makes sense why other guy, I can't remember his name right now, the guy who eventually takes it on to Sky or whatever, him popping, I guess he saw him kill. See, that confused me too. So he didn't see him kill the one brother.
No.
He didn't see him shoot the other brother.
No.
So what did he see?
I think he was in the truck.
What truck?
I think that was him peeling out to leave. I don't think that was just a random truck.
Okay. So you think I thought that for a second it was coming too fast. Unless he parked across the street.
I think so.
He could have, yeah. He wasn't in the driveway.
He didn't want to be near, because you're buying drugs.
So he parked across the street and then so he killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's why it got to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's just my assumption.
Okay, yeah.
There is some confusion in the beginning. Well, because he says, I didn't want this to be you. So the cop knew that somehow that guy's getting it.
Exactly. So at that point, I feel like maybe it could have been killing the other brother.
It could have been. I think he saw him, I think he saw the other brother die.
Yeah.
So I think he gave it to the other guy because he saw him kill his brother. but I don't think it had been long enough. And that's why I went to the guy that was in the back of the room.
He looked very hurt that he gave it to him.
He felt bad. He really didn't want to give it to him. So the thing that I like about it is this is the longest anybody on record has made it with the smile entity. The cop, it said 6 days later.
Yeah.
The thing that impressed me most, it was such a minor detail. When he's walking up to the house and his love of his life's burning corpse is on the side, unfazed.
Yeah.
You could tell he's mastered it.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He walked right by it.
And his plan was to give it to the worst type of people. And that is such a genius plan.
It is.
And it's like, I think everybody wants like an in-betweekle.
In between 1 and 2? Small 1.5.
Yeah, like Saul X. It's in between 1 and 2.
Dog shit.
So let's get a smile 1.5. And let's just go on the roller coaster that is his ride.
Of those 6 days.
Yeah. Give me all 6.
That'd be a good movie.
That would be so fucking cool.
That'd be a good movie.
I think the actor's perfect.
Good for him to have mastered it to where nothing phases him now.
Because we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
He's walking past and you see it and he's just like, he has his plan.
Yeah. I got shit to do.
Nobody else has been that good at mastering it. And even like throughout this movie, like it ramps it up times 10. So remember last night when I said I have a theory?
Yeah.
It plays off of that.
Okay.
All right. So just remember that part and we'll just keep talking about the movie. But
okay, yeah.
Before the episode is over, I have a couple of theories I have about the smile entity and why this movie was so good in my opinion.
Okay.
Then what's crazy is you are kind of confused, but the movie's paced so fucking well. It doesn't give you a chance to really think about anything.
It never really does.
Like, it really doesn't give you the opportunity to be pissed that we don't understand how it went to the guy that it went to. We're just like, he's got it. Now the girl's here. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's cool because I mentioned this to Jake, and I don't know if anybody knows, but the actress that plays Sky Riley in this movie sang and danced in all of her parts. Every song that you hear is not some other singer singing. Like, for the longest time, I thought George Clooney was an amazing singer because of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Long and behold, like 2 years ago, I found out that it was some band. This is all her. And for anybody, any actor or actress, I talk about it with us a lot. There are certain us, the mom from Hereditary, and this are the top 3 women horror performances of all time.
Okay.
And Misery, I'll include
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates and Misery. I told this to Jake last night, but I can't not let you fans know. It's pissing me off right now that Longlegs is doing some Oscar fucking promoting right now, when I personally feel like nobody in that movie was that standout-ish.
Really weren't.
Nicolas Cage was dog shit as a serial killer thing. But this movie, not only did this girl sing and do choreography in a movie where she has to portray herself losing her ever-loving mind and being tortured mentally perfectly.
Does a great job.
And also plays pre and post drug and alcohol abuse herself.
Yeah.
What? If this is the biggest Oscar snub of all time, if that's the case, if it's not even mentioned. And I think Us is, to this day, one of the biggest Oscar snubs of all time. Wasn't even mentioned.
At all. Yeah.
For you to play 2 characters yourself.
2 very different characters.
Exactly. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest.
Okay.
So kind of like old girl mentioned in the little clip we just watched. How did you? I don't think this even comes close, but Trap, another movie we covered, did a music pop star based horror movie as well. More thriller than horror for sure. Did you think that would be a common theme at any point in horror, or like a common what's the word I'm looking for?
So it's common between the 2 movies.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
Yeah, because there's a key component of both movies. But I will say it was done better in Smile 2.
Yeah.
Because it's not as much.
Absolutely.
Also, the concert itself isn't the focal point. So you see the behind the scenes stuff, her like just practicing.
Yeah.
Learning the choreography and that type of stuff. Actual concert maybe total 5 minutes of the movie.
This is the best part of the movie.
Sure.
One of the things that I was also thinking was in part one, it's a psychologist. So the interactions that she has is very minimal.
Yeah.
Because she witnessed what she did, she got sent home from work, was only dealing with the people that she absolutely had to be around.
Her family.
So you as a viewer's anxiety and questioning who the fuck is real or not isn't pinging off that much. Now, there's one interesting clip that I saw that said in Smile 1, if you pay attention to the fiance or husband's picture icon on her iPhone, the very first time you see her text him, he just has a smirk. And throughout the movie, the smile in his picture gets bigger because it's showing that she's gone.
Really?
Yeah. So the Smile has been putting details in that I've never even seen before.
Okay.
Now, the fucked up thing is,
I gotta rewatch it now just to see that.
I'm so pissed we couldn't do like a watch-a-thon of both.
Yeah.
The craziest thing that happened in part one was by far the dog. Cat? Dog. In the birthday. Cat in the birthday present. And then the sister's head swung down. The crazy thing about this movie, it did less of the like the head swinging down. Like that kind of stuff did not happen in this one.
Yeah.
It was just people.
Yeah.
It was people that she either knew or came near. And one of the most intense, and you knew it from the previews, but just that whole fan signing interaction was just uncomfortable.
So I have two questions about
Alfredo,
that.
bro?
Yeah. Shout out to my man Alfredo. A fucking creep.
Just that actor, fucking kudos, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Your scabies and your fucking smile were great, dude.
So
he just looked like a fucking obsessive person.
So he was an actual fan there.
Yes.
So that did happen.
Yes.
Little girl.
Still don't know.
Did that happen?
I don't know. I don't think anybody else saw her the way that Sky did. Because obviously Joshua was taking pictures.
Doing his thing.
You know, Joshua's just Joshua in it.
Yeah.
And he's not a Josh. Okay? He is why I don't like being called Joshua, because he is the epitome of a Joshua. Just fucking ass-kissing, fucking annoying-ass motherfucker.
He was the worst. So when they took that picture, she's like staring at her.
It was so creepy.
They saw
her
them
looking
both looking at the camera.
Yes.
Her looking fucking just panicking.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, I would love to, like, also in, like, Smile 1.5 is for it to, like, show it from everybody else's perspective.
Yeah.
You see it a little bit with Sky when she goes to Liam, what's his name?
Who's Liam?
Liam. When he goes to, when she goes to get the Vicodin from her drug dealer friend from high school, who was the guy that died or that saw the cop die.
Yeah.
His performance was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, I just saw him in a picture on iHorror News talking about who people want to be the next Freddy Krueger. I don't know if that was clickbait or not, but I gotta say, I wouldn't mind seeing him in a bigger role at some point. I'm not saying as big of a role as Freddy Krueger, and I'd have to click on the link in order to see it all.
Okay.
But he did such a good job. For you to see him terrified, seeing people die, and then seeing him how many days he was into the Smile-a-thon, and he is just bugging out. He's like, I didn't text you.
So I think.
So you did see it from the other side.
Yeah, it's probably like 3 days, maybe 4.
Yeah.
But the drugs probably enhanced it. The speed of it. But yeah. For him to say, I didn't text you.
Which we should have paid attention to.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Dude, these movies
you're
you're
just getting mind fucked the whole movie.
The movies give you so much, but you're taking in too much. There's so much shit going. Not too much in the sense of
in that moment, it was just so minute. I don't care about
so
that.
minor. But then you get to look back on it and be like, fucking should have just fucking paid attention
fucking
to
with
that.
the phones.
Yep. And then if you look back to what I just said about the boyfriend or fiance or husband, it's been happening since the first fucking movie, dude.
You can't trust technology.
You can't trust anything if you've dealt with the Smile entity.
Yeah, once you've seen it, you just can't trust anything.
You're cooked. You're fucked. You are A1 steak sauce dunzo.
So that makes me think. So jump ahead real quick. So the guy, Morris?
Go ahead.
Was he a real person?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I do not think so. All right, so I'll go ahead and tell you my theory.
Okay.
I think that this whole movie, from Sky getting it to the end, everything that happened that we witnessed was in Sky's head. I think because the entity saw the cop handle it so well, it evolved.
They had to crank it up.
It had to.
Yeah.
It said, this motherfucker almost beat me at my game.
Yeah.
That will not happen again. Now, what it didn't expect is to go into such a fucked up mind. I think the cop was solid. I don't think he's done a lot in his past.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing they had against him was watching the girl burn herself.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the first one, she had a lot of mama issues.
Yeah, which is probably why it shows you that. Your most traumatic. That was it for him.
And hers,
watching
Sky Riley's, was herself.
Yeah.
That's why the smile entity showed up as her and it said, I love being in your body.
Yeah.
I think it completely evolved to where it just keeps you at bay. You're running in so many side missions in your brain.
Yeah, dude.
That I think that guy was completely made up just to keep her around longer to get to the concert.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Because of two things. One, when first of all, the text.
Yeah.
The super vague text, unknown number.
Yep.
That. And two, in the scene where she goes to meet him, when she's sitting there at the table and they react and see that she's sitting there, he's just sitting there.
Yeah, he doesn't try to help, try to hide.
Doesn't even move, just sits
It reminds you of every other time in this movie that the person that isn't there, that's there, that she's only seeing is never accounted for.
And the only person we've seen from previous movies who knew about the real ins and outs of the entity was someone who was going through it.
Yeah. Or the guy in prison.
Yeah, who went through it.
Yeah, who went through it. Yeah.
This guy didn't. His brother died from it.
Yeah, and you're not going to realize that. But
You're not going to know that much information.
But what it does is all you have to do in order to make that happen is for the person that's telling you about it saying that they heard about somebody seeing people smile.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's all I've seen. And then it's going to let your guard down. I think it was just giving itself. I think it made Sky Riley in a coma almost. Like she was just in her bedroom pretty much that whole time.
Huh.
But clearly still had to do stuff. So it's tricky to try to pinpoint because she still would have had to show up and dance. So some of that stuff might have been real.
So I think the moment where she was no longer in reality was when the scene, one of the best scenes in the movie.
Oh,
her dancer there. When you see someone reach into her mouth.
It proves that's pretty much getting possessed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the smile demon.
True.
So let's talk about that scene real quick. Once again, why this movie should be Oscar worthy and for many fronts, not even just Sky Riley. I can't think of that actress's name. You just looked her up. It's Naomi something?
Naomi Scott, I think.
Naomi Scott, yeah.
That sounds right.
This is one of the most eerie instances.
Yep, Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott, we love you on the J Squared Horror Podcast.
Yeah, great job.
Phenomenal. We'd love to have you on.
Come on the show.
Love to chat with you. And you can sing us a song. I think that was one of the most. It's right up there with Black Swan, just as far as this uncomfortable ass feeling. But every actor and actress in that scene just did their job perfectly.
So it reminded me of Black Swan and Us.
Yeah.
When they're they're fighting at the end.
Yeah.
It's they're dancing almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
In that scene, every time she would look away and look, but they're getting closer, was just still frozen. Damn, that was good.
God, it was such an uncomfortable scene.
It just builds that anticipation, that anxiety. I loved it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I think at that point we definitely know she checked out. So maybe the guy was real. She never went there. Maybe that's the case. I can't say he was a completely fictional character.
Or it could be that he was real and she met him that first time.
I think that's it. At the bar, the only time.
Post that,
it was all in her head.
Yeah.
Because it has to give you something to make you believe. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's right.
So
I think I think you're right. That's when that's where she no longer was Sky Riley.
Yeah.
She was, but she wasn't.
She wasn't her.
Yeah. She was just laying in her room, just fucking twitching out.
Yeah, she's
drinking her Voss water. The girl can throw down some water,
let's get back on that water for real quick. Dude, I don't know if that was real or not.
I don't think they CGI'd her chugging water.
Maybe they could.
I don't think you waste CGI on that.
You could CGI her just drinking some more water being in the bottle.
I think that the reason I think she deserves an Oscar, I think she drank every ounce. And didn't even get a little pooch belly.
She was chugging the shit out that water.
You chug that much water, you're getting a pooch belly.
You're going to throw up.
Nah, maybe. Depends on how much alcohol and booze you were throwing down when you were an alcoholic.
Guzzle all that water, then burp a couple of times. It's going to come up.
She didn't burp once.
He's a fucking pro.
So they're also saying that, like, so I think one of the things that I saw was like something to do with the water as well. That's like it's real or not, like what world, like where she is. I don't know
if she's drinking water
or something. I don't know, dude.
Now I will say there is a point where she's no longer drinking water.
But think about it. The mom says, and I quote, "You were severely dehydrated."
Yeah.
How would she have been severely dehydrated if she's chugging all that water that we saw?
She wouldn't have been.
So was that all fake or was that all real?
That was fake.
Are you sure?
Her mom wasn't dead.
Are you sure?
You find out, yeah.
You don't find out. Maybe that was a smile version of her mom in the crowd.
What?
We don't know.
I mean, honestly, you don't know anything in this movie at all. But
nope.
You make a case for either side.
Yeah, well, clearly she wasn't. Yeah, no, because she would have been at the concert and that wouldn't have happened if that was real, because she fucking murdered her mom and stole a security guard's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't real. So, intense, though.
So it got kind of American Psycho-ish for me to where things just look super over the top.
Yeah.
The fire and the gun in there.
I liked it.
The steal in the car. No, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But it lets you know, okay, this isn't real.
You weren't thinking that at the time, you fucker. Don't play me. I saw your reaction.
I'm not trying to play you.
You said, what? The fuck? Not my girl, Gemma. That was your exact
First
words.
of all.
While we were watching
Shout out to Gemma, okay?
Shout out to fake Gemma for being the world's greatest fake friend
fake
of
Gemma
all
was
time.
great.
Yeah.
Loved her.
Fake Gemma gave me Jake vibes. You're like, yeah, I'm fucking irritated, but I'm here.
She's here.
Yeah.
She answered her phone eventually.
Yeah.
She texted you back.
Dude, that shit was so funny.
Eventually.
You said she's the world's worst text. I was like, that's how you know she's a real friend, bro.
Well, you need her.
She's there.
She's there.
Absolutely.
Is she helpful? Who knows? But she's there.
She's not. She fucking hates herself.
Also, I loved when she stayed the night.
Yeah.
And Sky woke up late and she was upset. Why didn't you wake me up? She's like, I don't know your fucking schedule.
Yeah.
There you go, Gemma.
Matcha.
You tell her what.
Yeah. That's kind of like how we both felt in Texas when we didn't know where to go or what to do. Yeah. I think we both felt that towards each other. Like, bro, wait, I don't fucking know.
It's our first time here. Who knows?
We're buried under miles of concrete and our phones don't work.
This was a stressful time.
It reminds me of this movie. Like the pulling up or getting off the plane at Dallas Fort Worth was the equivalent of Smile 2.
I had to go back and get my bag.
You fucker. Because they bullied you into check it. They bullied you into checking it. You fucking. I looked at her and I said, I get my bag.
She bullied me.
What was the craziest thing that happened in this movie for you? Like what scene did you enjoy the most, or what?
Hands down, when they're in the car and Gemma calls.
That was like the oh fuck moment for you.
Yeah, that shit blew my mind. This bitch is staying the night. You're texting. You're having phone conversation. It's not even her.
Not even her. It's Smile entity.
She calls back. She says, I don't even gonna call you back.
Yeah, why the fuck were you texting me so much?
Seeing weird stuff.
Yeah. But how do we know that was Gemma? Bro.
On the phone, Gemma?
Yeah. Well, because think about it. In Smile 1, the
doctor?
Doctor.
But on the phone was the real her.
Oh.
In person was not.
Oh, that's right.
So
it's always the same way. Yeah. That was some of the recycled stuff, I guess Homegirl was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so one of my favorite parts of this entire movie, early on, Sky kind of losing her marbles. She has to go to this charity event where she's supposed to like give a meaningful speech to kids that are could get scholarships and shit through like singing and whatnot. And it's one of the best instances of a singer that's gone through the gauntlet of life and is like, yo, fame fucking sucks. It doesn't fix anything. I'm one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and look at me. This whole thing where the teleprompter stops working, you're in a room full of people, You got Barbara Walters behind you. And like, she smudged her lipstick because she swatted a butt. Like, everything was just like, it was made to make her look absolutely insane.
And she did.
But just like the way she was like not reading the room, because she would like hit these jokes that I cackled at, because like I think me and Sky Riley have like similar humor. I mean, just like super dry, like anti-yourself shit, like deprecating shit. You know, that's my fucking go-to.
The jokes were not hidden at all.
Oh, it was awesome. She's like, you could become a singer. And look at me. Like, I fucking was on drugs. And like, it's just like all this crazy shit. Then the teleprompter makes her read the name of her boyfriend who she killed. Nobody knows that. It was her fault that he died. She obviously regrets that. That's going to be a big part of what the smile uses. But it's Jack Nicholson's son. And the way he looks in this scene looks just like his dad from The Shining. Yeah. And I think they did it obviously on purpose. But then because that, she gets scared and knocks Barbara Walters off the fucking stage. Some like 90-year-old woman. And it's just like, holy shit. I think all that happened. I don't think any of that shit was fake. I mean, obviously her boyfriend being there was the smile entity fucking with her. But I think everything else fucking happened.
And I think what's so crazy is her being such a big celebrity makes everything, like I said before, it's just 10 times worse. Because you're in front of somebody fucking... If she was just her and the real Gemma just hanging out and she sees her ex-boyfriend, it's not a big deal.
No.
A room full of 60 fucking people?
That's the thing about this movie, dude. Whoever decided this should be Smile 2, I want to hug you. When Smile 2 was talked about, we knew it was going to be the way it was. Only me and Jake can confirm this. None of you guys can believe me, but there's 2 parts of this movie that I called absolutely correctly. That's the very beginning and the very end. Now, you don't have to believe that. That's fine. You can think that we're lying about it. One of the main reasons I wanted Jake to see it after I had seen it is because I knew that 2 of my theories were right. Now, with that being said, they did this movie so much better than the original. The original one's fine. It set the precedents. It gave us a smile entity. It gave us uncomfortable scenes, uncomfortable settings. But I honestly feel like Smile 2 is one of the best sequels of all time, but also just a very good standalone horror movie because they took a great idea and actually made it 10 fucking times better by giving it to somebody of this status. It adds an eerie stress that you can't even fucking imagine.
Very true. So, honestly, if you take away the first smile and just make this the movie Smile and that's it,
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's one of the only instances where you don't need the first one at all.
Very true. Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. Now, I'm happy we got the little continuation with the cop guy. I love that part. Because one of the biggest things that we talked about, even leading up, well before this movie was released or even previous, was we were like, we gotta see the fucking cop guy.
Sure,
man. Like,
we can't not have how it is.
Yeah, we can't just go like 10 years later and fucking and some old lady at a fucking barn. Like, no, dude.
Gotta see how it ends with it.
And it's like there are, it's just, oh my God, it's so good. And just like even Jake said it last night. He was like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it's not like you're not confused in the sense of like the movie's not put together well. It's like American Psycho times 10.
You don't know what's real.
You do not know what's real or what's fake. And there's no like fucking ulterior like takeaway from it. No,
you just don't know.
It's the fucking smile entity. That's what it does. And the only reason I think it ramped up this much, like I said, and that's one of the reasons why like I am kind of happy that there's a part 1 because you could see the progression. And I feel like it almost like adapts because it's like a virus type thing. Like it gets better.
Which this is like a parasite.
It's a parasite. So it's like realizing how to manipulate the host even better each time.
Yeah.
That's craziness. And it was all Joel's fault. That's the cop's name.
Joel, there you go.
It's all Joel's fault for being such a fucking G and not letting that thing slow him down. Such a minor fucking detail of the burning body and him not even fucking caring.
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking good. Oh, this movie shits all over Longlegs.
It was probably a rough 6 days, though.
Dude, the movie starts out with him just
looking like shit.
Oh, kind of beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is there's a common theme in this one where they're smacking themselves. Bruh. how, dude. They're like smacking the shit out of themselves. The fucking Lewis does it, and fucking Sky does it.
Look, do you remember the names now?
Dude, I love this movie, dog. I love this movie, dude. Of course I remember Joshua and Gemma, but and then the fucking scene where Joshua fucking gets blamed. It's so stressful, dude. Just that lead up, right? So you got her practicing for one of the biggest comeback tours of all time for a singer in this universe. And she sees her ex again, falls, and thinks she snaps her fucking leg. So not only are you dealing with this like stress, but you're also kind of like humiliated for Sky.
Yeah.
Because she's like screaming, "Oh, my leg, my leg." And they look down and they're like,
yeah, what about
nothing fucking wrong with your leg?
I see your leg.
Then she pops up and she's mad. It shows like the diva in her.
Yeah, it did.
Which I love that they didn't take that out. She is a diva. She is a pop star. She's going to be a bitch. She's not going to be nice. She's going to be mean to her mom, to the people that she works with. Obviously, she was like C-U-N-T to Gemma. But you see her and you like cheer for her. But then you see her as a pop star and you're like, yeah, you're still a fucking bitch.
I think what I enjoyed most.
So good, dude.
At no point was I ever rooting for her. And that's the one difference between me and part one. Rose.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't either.
Ose was a good person.
I just wanted to see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, no.
Yeah. Rose was a good person. She just, had a fucked up childhood, but didn't suffer from.
Yeah. She fucking killed her mom, but sure.
I mean, she didn't kill her technically.
Not helping is the same as not helping.
Okay.
So.
Well, Sky literally did kill her boyfriend.
I just said it. I said she's a murderer.
And she was a real bitch to her mom.
Absolutely.
And Joshua.
Her mom was kind of a bitch, though, in all honesty. It seemed like she was only going after the money.
I mean.
Yeah. And you don't throw it in your daughter's face that you gave up your life. Bitch, you chose this life.
Was that her
because
mom?
Your star.
Because at no point has she ever talked to her like that besides that moment. Then right after the little face changes. Yeah.
Her mom's smile was fucking creepy. She had like no teeth. She had like 3 bottom teeth showing. Yeah. Bro, I didn't like it. What a good. She's a bigger actress too. She reminds me of Kevin McAllister's mom.
Isn't she in what's the fucking show? Unsubs?
Huh?
Criminal Minds.
Is she?
It looks like her.
I don't think she's a Criminal Minds lady.
I think she is.
Do you?
I hope not. She looks rough now to this, her.
No.
Criminal
Minds lady.
She looks like her, though.
No.
Similar. That's her. Gross. Not gross that she's on the
wow, guys. You heard it here on the podcast. He calls women gross.
I mean, some women are gross, but.
That's true. That's true. Y'all know it.
She looks like her. It's not her. Younger her looks like her, though. Kinda. All right, continue.
I'm kind of pissed you haven't shown me anything. You're just over there in your little fucking world.
It's not her. It looks like her, though.
Her. I mean, it's a shot in the dark there, bud. I can see why you think that she aged 50 fucking years overnight. Yeah. I see
okay, that's more official. Looks like Lady from Criminal Minds. That one there.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay.
If, like I said, if that lady from Criminal Minds aged 50 fucking years overnight, sure. Sure, yeah.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
She wouldn't be that old yet.
Sure.
Criminal Minds is older, but geez, not that fucking old.
I'm sorry, Criminal Minds lady.
She will never listen to this. Don't you worry, bud. I was saying, she falls, breaks her leg, fake, gets up, snaps on everybody, but when she's like on her way back, you can tell that she's kind of been this way before because like nobody's surprised.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much different is she when she's smiling at Demon or not? And then she sees smiling Joshua walk by and her room is all tore up. And then the mom comes in and is like, no, bitch, he been with me all day.
So who did that?
She did it.
Huh.
Yeah. And one of the fits of rage moments she's had. You've seen it.
I mean, when she destroys her own fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
It's a nice bathroom.
Oh, it was a really nice bathroom. Yeah. Also, why are you packing up all that shit to then just grab your toothbrush and then still? I don't even know where that toothbrush went. Did she throw it at one of the dancers?
Oh, yeah. I would have.
Fucking damn right, dude. I want to be able to. Oh, man. It'd be so cool to, like, try to, like, survive that situation.
Dude, when she fucking hits that switch and they're all just standing there, Like, what the?
And then just like the way they're like walking over the furniture and shit, dude. Oh God, it's so uncomfy.
And then the other side people.
Oh yeah, she gets into the main room and there's like 6 more
just waiting there.
Just fucking damn it. And then she like hauls ass to the door, and just the way they grab her and just.
And that's why I feel at that point.
That's when the movie became all in her head.
You're right. Because at no other point can it physically like interact with you. Yeah.
No, they just wanted to keep her until the concert.
Yeah.
So.
You will play your role. She did.
She did. So you guys won't believe this, of course. But what I did say in one of my bold predictions early on, I wish this was an episode that we did our bold predictions on. Because I'd have it.
You would. I'm
sure there's an episode, if I went back and listened to every episode before this, where I might have mentioned it. I ain't got that kind of time on my hands. She goes through the Mitchell. Is that who you said his name was?
Morris.
Okay, I fucked one up. That's not too bad.
All right.
When you find out Gemma isn't real,
which was so disappointing for me,
and she's driving a car, well, this is all going down. Maybe not. I guess not. No, it's all fake. In her dream, she's driving, and she goes there, and then the reason you know he's fake is because he never comes back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think real him would have just left her.
He just goes, I have to go grab something, and never comes back.
Yeah. And then she has to fight herself, which this was one of the cooler smile like monster moments, man. She's like a really creepy version of the bad her. And like the eyeball thing, like I've seen on TikTok, people love that. I thought it looked pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah,
but I don't like the smile entity. I hate the way they portray it. Especially in this movie. It was bad enough in the first one. It's not bad enough to where it's like, what was that sister one where she's on the fucking walls and shit? And once I saw her, I was like, that's a wrap. It's not like that.
Cobweb?
Yeah. It's not like that, where it's like going to fuck with the ending of the movie, which is me being very hypocritical, which I'll take that. Hand up accountability on that.
I was just about to say
hand up accountability on, it depends on how good, I guess, the entire project is. I'll gladly flip-flop. I do hate the way the smile demon looks. I think it's fucking corny. It looks like a chewed up piece of bubble gum stretched out with a bunch of teeth and eyes. I get the smile aspect with all the teeth, but then like when it's in people's throats and stuff and like you see it trying to like manifest, it looks so fucking stupid. So like what's crazy is maybe because they're not trying to make the smile monster scary. I don't know. I'm circling here.
It was done better.
It was done better
in the first movie.
In the first one. This stretched out piece of bubblegum that we got at the end of this one was
because
rough.
You see a lot of CGI with the hands and the mouth. Yeah. It's too much.
It is.
I agree with that.
I wish they could have done that more practically. I can't imagine how you'd pull that off. But man, it's 3 times, including the first one, where you get to see them choke. And then pop up with a smile. I do love that. What they did so well with Lewis was you only saw it from Sky's perspective.
Yeah.
So it was just him. It looks like he was ODing, which was perfect because that drew her in to be close to him while he died, which you have to see that happen. But when they do the Sky Riley, now I love the ending of this movie because I called it. But the whole, she comes out, she sees herself becomes like a fucking doll of herself. It's just kind of off to the side, and the smile demon's out there, and it's fucking massive. And like Jake said, it's like CGI fucking bubblegum fingers.
Yeah, so bad.
Just in her mouth. I liked when they like stretched her shit out, which was a little intense. Looked fake as fuck, of course.
Yeah, it looked bad.
And then it finally cut to the crowd's POV, and I was like, oh, thank God. And she's just choking on stage. So it looked like she's ODing as well. And everybody's kind of like panicking in the crowd. Now, I don't understand why they did an off-screen kill here, because we got to see. Okay, when Lewis kills himself with the fucking 35-pound plate, bruh.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. That shit looked pretty real. And it's like the like stages of like, well, pink. His like nose is kind of fucked up. And it's like, well, pink. And then it's like his fucking cheek falls off a little bit. And then it's like, well, pink. And he's fucking dead. I love that.
Well, see, anytime he showed up, you could
you
hear
kept saying like you can't even fucking sneak up. He's just
like his fucking face is falling off again.
Yeah, there are like, I wouldn't say it's scarier than the first one. I think they're very equivalent on jump scares and scares. This ending, though, you had seen it in the first one, so you're not like, you're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Yeah. But then you have the realization of, oh, fuck, that's what's happening. And I saw your face when it finally clicked in your head. And I've been waiting for this moment because, as you know, I called it and I said that, holy shit, if it's a pop star and she doesn't make it, she's going to fucking off herself in front of thousands of people. And that's insane. And that's exactly how the movie ends. It cuts to the crowds, like you're watching the crowd from the stage react. Some of the worst extras I've ever seen.
Not good.
It was bad. And then she just has the microphone and you hear it in the background. They should have showed it.
100% you should show that. The
we
star
got
of the
to
movie,
see everything. I hate when they do that with the final kill is off screen. It pisses me off. Still love this movie. And you see her fall down with the microphone completely embedded in her eye, still smiling completely. And you realized that now 20,000 people, or how many ever at a concert, probably not that many. That's a lot. No, I guess it could be in a basketball stadium or something. Yeah. Just got the smile demon. So before we wrap this up, we mentioned it on the couch earlier. Do you want a Smile 3 as a continuation from this point on?
I do not, for 2 reasons.
Go.
1, if you do a Smile 3, because Morris meant there were 8 people prior to her, you kind of have to, like a prequel type thing. Don't want that. Also, the idea that, we'll just say 20,000 people saw this happen, that's 20,000 people doing the exact same thing at the same time. And for being, generous over the course of the next
4 days,
4 to 5 days, 20,000 people dying all of a sudden.
Yeah, but then
you couldn't follow that. Maybe
20 more thousand people get it because you have to do it in front of somebody.
It wipe out that whatever. New York is Madison Square Garden. Yeah. It would wipe out
New York.
At least a couple of cities at least within days.
Yeah, that's cool though.
So it is cool.
But how would you pull it off?
In the concept, but to watch that, I wouldn't watch that. That's too much.
You're just like, maybe we can just like get the news anchor.
Can you imagine that fuckery?
Fuck no, dude.
I couldn't follow this fucking movie. Imagine them both having it at the same time talking to each other. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're just multiplying like fucked up visions. Oh, my God.
You couldn't follow that movie.
There's no way. Okay. They're going to do a whole, like for the next 30 years, we're going to get smiles. 20,000 fans, 20,000 smile movies. And it's going to be fucking so much, dude. I wanted it.
Okay.
I did. Just because, like, I wonder how they would pull it off. Like, it would be some, like, pandemic of offing yourself. And that just sounds interesting to me. And, like, maybe they could do, like, even post-smile, So instead of a prequel, do, like, a post-quel. I am just creating those words today.
Post to what?
It's just, like, the people that didn't get it just saw the world wipe itself out by killing everybody themselves. Or, like, they all killed themselves. That'd be crazy.
Huh.
But, the only thing I would really want is Joel's 5 days. That's all I want. Just call it 5 days and just put it out, dude.
And it ends right where part 2 begins.
Yeah, he pulls up at the house and then it's just roll your end credits.
Yeah, just end it from the end of part 1.
Yeah.
To the beginning of part 2.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And just call it 5 days. All right, let's write it.
Let's do it.
All right. So, do you have a favorite? All right, Jake, on a scale.
Okay.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rate Smile 2 from 2024?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I rate Smile 2 a 9.
Damn. That's almost Jason Takes Manhattan high.
That was a 10.
I know. Almost. That's almost.
The thing was a 9.5.
Okay, that's right. Okay, yeah.
What about you?
I'm going 9.5.
Really?
Yeah, I love this movie. I do.
Okay.
I do. I think that's what I rated Shaun of the Dead. No, it's like a 9.2. I don't think it could be equal to Shaun. Shaun of the Dead is the perfect movie. I couldn't even pick things out of it that I don't like.
Which made it a 10?
Nothing's a 10 yet because I haven't seen all movies. On my deathbed, I'll give you my 10. A pinky promise. Because then I can't watch any more movies. And for that reason, I can give you my 10. Because I haven't seen them all. Nothing can be perfect if it's comparable.
Bullshit. What?
Sorry. I don't know. Maybe they'll do a Shaun of the Dead 2, and it'll just knock my socks off, and that'll be a 10.
That'll be dog shit if they did that. It wouldn't be good. You know it wouldn't be good. You know
I think
it
Hot
would not
Fuzz,
be good.
I think Hot Fuzz 2 should happen, personally.
He said there'll never be any sequels to the movies.
Oh, he's a one guy? He's a one-time guy?
Yeah, he said there'll never be a sequel to any of them.
Even Baby Driver? I feel like you could sequel Baby Driver.
You could, but...
not the Cornetto trilogy?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
He was asked. He said he gets that question a lot. He said there would never be a sequel.
Yeah, because you have the Cornetto trilogy. It's just a cool place to be.
Sure.
It's a vibey place.
Yeah.
We have absolutely no clue what we're covering this week because it took us 2.5 weeks to put out an episode of the first one. Who knows? Maybe we'll come up with something, post it on Instagram. You know where to find us. As always, a humongous shout out to all of our main supporters. Jeff Balance, who does our design work. The sign you see in between us on YouTube. And these 3 right here, if you can see them, are all done by Jeff Balance. Jeff Balance is a graphic designer. If you guys need graphic design work, let us know. We'll get you in contact with Jeff Balance. A humongous shout out to Mr. Lucky Riggs, who did our intro and our outro music. We love you. We appreciate it. We love it. A humongous shout out, as always, to Jake for being the world's greatest host God could ask for.
Thanks.
I'm happy you enjoyed this movie. I'm happy we didn't have to argue about it. We could just have fun talking about it.
Yeah.
Hey, humongous shout out to all of our fans, supporters. We've seen the number grow. Obviously not over the last 2 weeks because we haven't done anything to do it. But no, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We'd love to see some interactions on this one. Let us know how you felt about Smile 2 down in the comments on YouTube, or you can comment on Instagram, or you can email us, jsquaredhorror@gmail.com. Any submissions or anything like that, we'll read it out on next week's episode. Jake, is there anything you wanted to mention before we signed off for the week?
No.
Beautiful. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name is Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And always remember, it's hip to be squared.